Whether your aesthetic is magical coffee, forest core, storybook, or throwback pixel art, I have compiled a list today of aesthetically pleasing upcoming cozy games that are so stunning to look at, you are going to want to put them to your wish list as soon as possible. And just for an extra challenge, I decided to make this list full of games I think I've never talked about before on this channel. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Payton. It is nice to meet you, it is nice to see you, and welcome to the corner. A few months ago, I made a video called Aesthetically Pleasing. It's probably similar to what this video is called, Aesthetically Pleasing Cozy Games You Should Wishlist. You seemed to like it. I liked making it. There's nothing more thrilling than looking at cozy game trailers to me, and I love to pick out ones that I think are particularly aesthetically pleasing. When we say aesthetically pleasing, of course, that can be so many different things, but to me, aesthetically pleasing is something that I look at and I'm just like, yeah, it feels good, it looks good, I like it, I want to be in the world of the game. And so today I've compiled a list of 10 upcoming cozy games that I think are particularly aesthetically pleasing when it comes to their visual style. And I've made sure to incorporate a wide amount of visual styles, from 3D to pixel art to hand-drawn 2D. There's a little bit of something for everybody. All of these games are various levels of upcoming, many of them being 2025 and beyond. So all of these games are definitely ones to wishlist, but I'll pop up whatever information I have on the game's release when I show you each game trailer. But yes, at the time of recording, none of these games are out, okay? Before you comment, no, it's not out yet. But it will be out eventually, and this is your first look, sneak peek. Before we get into it, please be sure to click the lovely little like button, as well as subscribe for more cozy gaming content, as well as if you want to see me play cozy games live, I live stream right here on YouTube, as well as over on Twitch several times a week. If you're not watching my streams, you've never even seen my dog, and that's upsetting, so I think you should start watching them, like, right after this. The first game on the list is one of my most highly anticipated upcoming cozy games. It was recently announced, and I am so excited about this game for so many reasons. It definitely transcends just its visual style for me, but it's because I have a little bit of a history with this game's franchise. This game is perfect if you want to brew some coffee, make some tea, but also have deeply meaningful conversations with fantastical creatures. This game is called Coffee Talk Tokyo. Coffee Talk Tokyo is the newest installment of the beloved coffee brewing and heart-to-heart talking simulator, Coffee Talk. It brings the warmth, heart, and delicious drinks from the previous games to an all-new cafe in Tokyo, where humans and yokai alike share their stories. In a city of paper and steel as large as a country, a small cafe gives humans and fantasy people a cozy place to be. Brew the right order for your customers as they seek refuge from the sweltering Tokyo summer heat and share heartfelt stories to lo-fi beats. Set in Tokyo, a city where old and new coexist, the newest game in the Coffee Talk franchise will bring back familiar elements with new twists. Coffee Talk Tokyo once again places you behind the counter of a chill coffee shop. But while the feeling is familiar, the customers and their stories are entirely new. I love Coffee Talk so much. I played both Coffee Talk 1 and Coffee Talk 2, Hibiscus and Butterfly. I played them both back to back for the first time last year. I loved them so much. They both, the franchise, both games, my favorite cozy games ever. I love this series so very much, and I love that they are bringing it into an entirely new setting, because this means you don't have to have played both Coffee Talk 1 and 2 to get in on Coffee Talk Tokyo. It seems like there are going to be a few characters and references to the past couple games, but because it's set in an entirely new city with new characters, it seems like you can just jump in on this one when it comes out. I'm really excited to see how they expand, and I've included Coffee Talk in this video, the aesthetically pleasing cozy games, because one of the strongest things about Coffee Talk is how stunning the artwork is, and how satisfying. Like, when I think aesthetically pleasing, I also think oddly satisfying. How pleasing it is specifically to make the drinks and do the latte art is just so much fun. It's accompanied by beautiful, chill, lo-fi beats and a really interesting story to get wrapped in. I can't wait for this game to come out. It will be my entire personality when it does. The next game on the list is an art style that I continue to call 3D but shiny. When I saw the trailer for this game for the first time, I was like, wow, it's beautiful. It's shiny. Like, it just looks shiny, and you'll see what I mean. This game is called LITTLELANDS. You'll experience the daily life of the LITTLELANDS at your own pace, exploring all its mysterious nooks and crannies as you get to know and help the region's quirky inhabitants. You'll grow berries, hunt for treasure, fish, or just sit on a wooden bench and watch the sunset. But that's not all. Your spirit of exploration will lead you to venture into dangerous places, discover new areas full of challenges, interesting characters, and curious objects. But be careful, because some regions prove to be too dangerous for even the bravest of adventurers. In essence, you'll get to go on adventures in the dangerous lands of the Goblinettes, or relax in the safe areas of the LITTLELANDS, farming, crafting your own dishes, fishing, catching insects, or even searching for treasure. LITTLELANDS just looks so cute to me. I love this 3D art style. Again, it looks shiny. It looks like it's all made out of clay. It actually reminds me a lot of the art style for Echoes of Wisdom, the latest Zelda game that has come out, which I also really like the art style. There's something that just feels so, like, clean about it. It just feels beautifully constructed and put together. I haven't seen other farming sim games that are in this style, and I know continuously so many of you guys are asking me for farming sim games that are not pixel art, that feel particularly satisfying on the eyeballs. This one could be it. There are some times that I come across cozy games that literally feel like pieces of art rather than a game. This looks like a storybook. I went to Barnes & Noble. I was taking too long to pick something out, and then I saw this beautifully illustrated storybook, and I was like, wow, this is absolutely stunning. I must have it. It's that, but it's a game. It's a game. It's perfect for those of you who like a kind of watercolor hand painted art style, and also those of you who like a forest and almost like cottagey aesthetic. Forgive me for pronouncing this one wrong. If I get it wrong, you're allowed to yell at me in the comments, but this game is called TUKONI Forest Keepers. TUKONI Forest Keepers is a cute and cozy puzzle adventure where you'll play as the forest spirit TUKONI as you meet unique characters, solve captivating puzzles, brew fragrant tea, and explore a magic world filled with kindness. You'll immerse yourself in a magical hand-drawn forest world inspired by the kind and nature-loving spirit of the world of TUKONI. Autumn is a busy time in the forest as the animals wrap up their matters before taking a winter nap, and forest keepers TUKONI hustle to prepare pillows and blankets of various shapes and forms. As for the main character, he's a TUKONI on a special mission. Whether it's a lazy afternoon or a chilly evening, TUKONI Forest Keepers offers a cozy escape into a world of warmth and wonder, perfect for unwinding and embracing the simple joys of life. How have I never heard of this? I don't know that I know about this game. Why are we not talking more about this game? It looks so adorable. I think it is going to be a shorter form game, so maybe that's why, but this seems like just a stunning experience. It seems like it has a very wholesome concept, and it is very well suited due to the art style it has. It feels like it has like childlike wonder, but also so much artistic qualities in it. I think this game is like what I think of when I think of an aesthetically pleasing game. Now, it's no secret that a lot of cozy games have really bright color palettes. And while I like vivid and like neon colors, not everybody does. And so the next game is perfect if you're someone who likes a more muted color palette, but one that's still filled with so much warmth and it isn't dull, and ultimately something that feels very cozy. This game is called NOMORI. NOMORI is a mind-bending adventure game where you need to control time and space to journey through a shattered spirit world. You'll take shortcuts through portals, rotate your perspective, and control the flow of time to move forward, whichever way that is. As Kiko, players will venture into a vividly rendered fantasy world full of colorful and eccentric spirits, where she will learn to see the world from an exciting new perspective. As Kiko comes into her own and bonds with the spirits, she will see beyond the limits of reality and save NOMORI. NOMORI to me not only seems aesthetically pleasing due to the actual art style, like I said, it feels warm and colorful but kind of more muted and less in your face. It also feels pleasing to me because of what the gameplay mechanic is, and it is the ability to control time as you will. There's something that feels really nice about a platforming adventure experience where you are moving objects as you need them. I love games like that. I'm starting to get more and more into platforming games, even though I've always said they're not for me. This one, I think, is one that I'm really going to like, and I think it is really going to capture that cozy, atmospheric vibe that I'm hoping it has, that it seems it has from the trailer, and I'm really excited to get to experience and walk around in this world. The next game on the list is a hand-drawn, stunning 2D game that is just full of life. It feels full of culture, and it is just one of those games that makes me feel like I have left my apartment building in New York and I've been transported somewhere entirely different. This game is called Rooster. Rooster is a heartfelt, story-rich, casual puzzle adventure celebrating the very best of ancient Chinese culture, where you'll get to explore an exquisitely hand-drawn world with delightful surprises, from cooking, finding hidden objects, paper crafting, and more. You'll need to guide Rooster in an emotionally rewarding tale all about family and love. The game will open with the 12 animals of the Chinese zodiac gathering for their annual Lunar New Year's Eve party. Rooster's terrible behavior is finally too much for the animals to bear, especially when he makes Rabbit cry. Fed up, Dragon conjures a potion and sends Rooster back in time to ancient China to teach him some lessons. As Rooster, you'll meet Little Dove, a human whose life milestones provide reasons to help and make up with your zodiac animal friends, just in time for a clean start and a happy Lunar New Year. While you go through the adventure, you'll need to make wise choices along the journey or risk being stuck in the past forever. This game is so interesting. I love the premise so much. I think that is such a cool idea to take the different zodiac animals and have them be the center of the story. And then, of course, we have like a silly, kooky rooster that's, doing too much. And so we go back in time. It feels really interesting. I don't know that I've ever seen a cozy game like this before. It's a game that I feel like could be a movie. Like, this could be a film. I would watch it, but instead we'll get to play it. The art style is stunning, it's unique, and I am just really excited to see this game come out, because this is another game that looks like a piece of art to me, and I want to experience the art of this game. I'm realizing that there are so many nature-based games on the list as I'm recording this, but I don't know, there's something just beautiful and stunning to me about nature games, and this one is another one of those that I think is particularly interesting and beautiful, and also just, aesthetically pleasing, like the title says. This game is called The Guardian of Nature. The Guardian of Nature is a hand-drawn, size-changing adventure where you'll embark on a magical journey with botanist Henry, and you'll use your size-changing ability to explore nature in big and small, and solve solar punk puzzles to put nature back in order. You'll go on a magical journey toward Mother Tree, explore the areas above and below ground, and find out about the interconnectedness of nature. This is yet another story-driven, puzzly adventure game. This one, I think the mechanic is really cool about shifting sizes. I have personally enjoyed so many games where you're like really tiny, but I haven't seen many games where you're able to become bigger than the whole town, forest, place. So I think it's interesting that this game is going to give you perspectives from all of those different angles. I think it's really interesting and cool. Another game all about nature, reconnecting. This game, though, seems like it has a lot of puzzles. I'm excited to see what they're like. And this is another one that if you showed me just the picture of it, I would think that this was like a beautiful animated film. So I'm really excited to see this one come out as well. The next game on the list is one that's coming out very, very soon. And I actually had not heard about it until recently. And it does one of my new favorite things. And it combines a very cartoony 2D character style with a more realistic rest of the world. And it does it in such a fun and whimsical way. This game is called Shin-Chan, Shiro, and the Coal Town. And this game is actually based on a popular anime called Crayon Shin-Chan, which released earlier this year in Japan. In this relaxing adventure, you play as Shin-Chan in an attractive story that develops through beautifully illustrated scenarios where a little kid will travel in between two different realities, switching between his daily life visiting the town of Akita and discovering the mysterious coal town with many different mini-games. The game will feature the ability to fish and hunt bugs, as well as forage wild vegetables around the village or even grow your own, as well as the opportunity to create new inventions, using a mysterious machine and items that can be found in town, and you can even compete in races against the people of Coal Town in an entertainment facility with a trolley that can be fully customized. I'm not familiar with the anime that this game is based off of, but I can totally see how this is derived from something cinematic because, again, it kind of feels like a kid's TV show almost to me. I like that this game is balancing two different worlds, different styles, as well as it seems like it's full of mini games, it's full of fun. It seems like it's going to be a lighthearted and fun, very adventure-filled time. And it's coming out really soon, which is very exciting because most of the games on the list are wishlist games for the future. So I'm glad that I was able to scoop up one that is coming out soon for you guys. The next game is all about the visual style because it's a game where you need to look hard at what you're looking at. You need to look intently at what you're looking at in the game. The visuals are so important. They're literally the gameplay mechanic and they look so satisfying. Again, aesthetically pleasing and oddly satisfying. This one is giving very oddly satisfying. This game is called Tiny Lands 2. Tiny Lands 2 continues the adventure of Tiny Land 1, where you need to find the difference between different dioramas. These dioramas mix photorealistic daily objects in stunning 3D that you can explore from any angle with stunning visual scenes and a real sense of handcrafted beauty. With more angles and more freedom with your camera, you'll be able to really look at the dioramas to try to find the differences. In this game, there are no time limits, so you don't have to worry about how long you spend on each level. You can set your favorite music and play at your very own pace. Honestly, there are so many spot the difference games, and while I like the concept of them, they're not something I always run toward because I feel like there's so many of them, but this one feels different to me. I've not played Tiny Lands 1. It does not seem like it's a prerequisite for Tiny Lands 2. What I like so much about this one is that ability to really explore the dioramas. Another game that gives me shiny energy, like I said about Little Lands. It feels just smooth, nice. I like that there's no punishment system in this one and you can play it at your own pace. That's something that goes hand in hand with the oddly satisfying look of the game. It feels like it's going to be a very relaxing and chill time. I'm so excited because I've heard no one talk about this next game. And not to flex, but this game follows me on Twitter and I'm like one of the only people they follow. Not to call them out, but you made me feel special. And I don't know why more people aren't talking about this. Maybe because it's super early on in development, but this game is the pixel art nostalgic game of my dreams. It looks so adorable and I am so excited for it. It's called DANCHI Days. In an old DANCHI, or Japanese housing complex, there used to be a yearly summer festival. Alas, the residents have aged and the once loved tradition is now on hold. But our protagonist decides to revive it, hand out flyers, and let everyone know the festival's back. There are 151 people to invite from all walks of life. Some might agree to go to the festival immediately, while others have problems to solve. It's not necessary to invite everyone, but the more, the merrier. It's your job to invite people to the festival, as well as search the internet, where you can actually find your neighbors' personal web pages, learn their quirks and their desires. And you may even find some fun mini-games while you're looking on the internet. You'll also use your sensing ability to observe the rich world around you and discover something new. Inspired by the Y2K GBA eras, DANCHI Days is a summer adventure filled with mystery and surprise. This game has such a sweet premise. I love games with lots of different fun and silly characters, and this one has 151 of them. That's insane. I think it's so cute that the whole premise is just about inviting people to this party, this celebration. I feel like it's gonna be such a challenge to see if you can get the most amount of people, if any. It just seems like a silly, fun, and vibrant world. It does give me very nostalgic vibes to early games I used to kind of play. I don't know why I haven't heard anyone talk about this, but I'm talking about it because I'm really excited about it. And I did save the biggest cozy game for last. This is a game that was first announced a couple months ago, and I have yet to talk about it on this channel. It's very aesthetically pleasing, and it was the inspiration for today's video. This game is going to be one of those cozy games that is either going to be too ambitious of a project, or it is going to change cozy gaming as we know it. And I'm excited to see. With a beautiful art style, I knew I had to include it. This game is called FLOATOPIA. It's time to step into a whimsical world filled with toys, travel, superpowers, and of course, floating islands. Here, you can enjoy a carefree vacation while you relax, daydream, and fill your days with fantasy and laughter. You'll discover all of the beloved elements of life simulation games, including farming, fishing, lodging, and of course, decorating your dream home. With a sprinkle of magic to sweep away your worries, you'll set sail on your very own floating island and journey through a world of superpowers, where you will discover the potential of the overlooked. In this fantastical realm, the most sought-after superpowers are quickly reserved, leaving only the seemingly useless powers behind. You'll play a character who, by the twist of fate, joins forces with others possessing these overlooked superpowers. Together, you'll embark on a whimsical and joyous adventure, and you'll gradually uncover the truth of the world and the meaning of your travels. And while this game is not calling itself an MMO, it seems like it's going to be a big social game where you can play cross-platform with your friends. I've been joking recently that like every big cozy game ever is set on a floating island in the sky. I think this one though is interesting in its premise all about superpowers. That's something kind of different, as well as the very like childlike everything is toys kind of approach I think is really sweet. The characters look like insane to me. Like the whole world looks a little insane to me, but I also, when I look at it, I'm like, it all is just so like blurred and real, but also fake. I don't know if any words I'm saying make sense. This game makes me feel things when I look at it though, for sure. I think this is going to be a really big cozy game. I think that you're going to be able to play with your friends and online communities. It seems like it's going to be trying to launch on every major platform as well. It seems like it's got all the classic stuff we like in these type of games: farming, cooking, fishing. The decoration looks really full and like it's going to kind of be Animal Crossing-esque vibe. I'm excited to see all that we can make in this game, and it definitely stands out. Like when you look at this game visually, I feel like it is very memorable, and I will be thinking about it until it comes out. And there you guys have it. That was my list of upcoming cozy games that I personally think are aesthetically pleasing. But I want to know your thoughts down below. Which of these games looks like your favorite? And what kind of games are aesthetically pleasing to you? I want to know. Let me know down below. Don't forget to click the lovely little like button because it's cool to do that and it helps me out. If you liked the video, like the video. Cool. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.